Fatima.
So just give me the thumbs up or something.
Yeah, you're good. I'm just trying to straighten it out. Sorry, everybody. Everybody.
So, everyday miracles.
Let's do it.
Miracles every day. It depends on which way you're driving down the street, how you get it, right?
You have room to move too.
I have a little room to move, okay? So resist not. How do we deal with it? How do we get them? How do we notice that they're happening? Resist not. Resist not what presents. Just notice it. No reason to fight. Let it be whatever it seems to be. Watch what it does when it is not fought. It is not you. It is just passing through. Thoughts, emotions, upsets. Just notice. Just recognize, as Steve says, what's happening. Accept it. Investigate it. And then realize it's not you. It's just a passing state of mind. And in doing this, we change the picture. We change the perspective. We change the perspective, our perception is different, and therefore, the world that we see has changed. This is an everyday miracle. An everyday miracle to change our mind about what seems to be happening in front of us, to see threat, to see fear, and then to see through it. To not be sitting around thinking, oh, I'll be so glad when this is over. I'll be so glad when it's vacation time. I'll be so glad when it's retirement time. How many miracles do we miss? We're sitting around watching the clock. Then all of a sudden when the clock starts to run out, we panic. I'm getting old over here. Mary Jean Iron, I've shared this a couple of times, but this is so good. She wrote this poem called Normal Day. And she says, normal day, let me be aware of the treasure you are. Let me learn from you, love you, bless you before you depart. Let me not pass you by in quest of some rare and perfect tomorrow. Let me hold you while I may. For it may not always be so. One day I shall dig my nails into the earth, or bury my face in the pillow, or stretch myself taut, or raise my hands to the sky and want more than all the world your return. Normal. Ordinary happenings. Reconstructed into acts of love and kindness, just by paying attention. Everyday miracles. So I've been trying to set them up because there seems to be, and I don't know, the Course talks about this quite a bit, that there will be times, there will be periods before a growth spurt when many things are taken away, or seemingly, where things seem to be falling apart. And so I've been practicing lately. I went back to this daily practice that I lost for a little bit, and I'm thinking about this for today. Is this idea of I want to be grateful for what is, because it seems as if things are. It seems like lack is not just on the horizon, but is here. And so to think about three things, just three things that I can be grateful for today. And it turns out that most days it's not a thing, right? Most days it's actually not a thing. Although there were a couple times a day I was grateful for my racket. just said, and it's not, this is not hard at all. We easily can think of it. But when the mindset is, everything is messed up, everything is messed up, and we want to fast forward, we want to say, man, I can't wait to get through this. I can't wait to get through this. Opportunities are lost. And I actually think that us being focused on that idea when this is over, you know, oh, this will all be better. This will all be better when the check comes.
Mm-hmm. I know that.
It's not. What did Ari quote last week? What did he say? More money, more problems, right? And they said, no, more mullah, more problems. So,
R.I.P. baby.
hey, no matter what, this is true though. This is true. In times when there's not a lack of funds, we find something else that we think there's a lack of. More money, more problems. But that doesn't mean less money, less problems. Because we all have problems. We all have problems to focus on. You go, man, I wish I had Jeff Bezos' problems, until 2 weeks ago when all that stuff comes out and now you've got problems, right? I mean, problems that you don't want to deal with. You know, it's suffering, right? It's suffering. And this is the thing, that in the midst of every day, there will be some suffering. No matter what. We're going to get some, but it's our practice. It's our everyday practice that is going to help us with this. So, 3 things that we're grateful for. And then to meditate every day, to get quiet, to sit, to just sit, and don't even worry about some kind of profound thing is going to happen. Don't think that every time you sit down, you're going to be fortunate enough to touch the face of God. Sometimes she seems not to show up. With our best practice, right? So it's we're not going to get this great sense of connection every day. But it's the discipline, it's the sitting and doing that gives us breakthroughs in the future. It helps us to be aware of what's going on in the moment. So try to learn something new. Try to learn something new. Man, this is the thing. Look at how fast everything is going. Look at how fast everything is going. If you see some of these websites, they put out like lists of things that don't exist anymore, but if you're old enough, you remember and go, oh, wait a minute, what happened? A list of things that if you gave the list to the young people today, they would not know what it is.
Quarter after.
What? So we gotta keep up. And you know what? I think there's a lot of stuff out there that we can, you know, maybe we're not, you know, I was just talking about Ari on MSNBC. He knows all the lyrics to every song that comes out. I mean, he's got a memory for it, right? And he uses it in his news. I never saw anybody do that before. He uses rap songs in his newscast, but not just that. He knows all sorts of songs.
Me too.
And so that's what he's doing. He's learning a new song every day, right? I'm sure he's learning a lot more than that. But now I'm not equipped for that. I'm not equipped for that. I don't know. I don't have the time nor the capacity to be able to memorize all those lyrics, right? But if I'm paying attention, I will find something today that I need to learn for my own well-being and for the well-being of those around us. And the other thing that this does, it keeps the mind working, right? Lifelong learning. We're stuck with it. Because if we don't, we're going to be, what do they call them? Luddites. Yesterday, Fatima and I watched a Building Off the Grid show.
I love that show.
And we learned a bunch of stuff.
It's my favorite.
Right? We learned a bunch of stuff, but it's very strange. I'm just gonna say, this is the thing, and it's still, I know it's still bothering her, bothering me a little bit. We watched this young girl, really, I mean, how old was she? 22 maybe, right? Maybe. And she took an old shanty out in the middle of the Oregon rainforest, and she made a hut that, and they actually made it out of this, what do they call it? They call it cob. Cob. Cob is mud and straw mixed together.
It's clay and
Mhm.
Well, there's gotta be clay in the mud. That's the secret to it, right? There's gotta be, the mud, the dirt they use has to have a good content of clay for it to actually work right. And what they do is they just mix it up with water and they put it,
Chinking,
and they put it on straw bales, right? And
chinking.
they cover the straw bale, and it turns in very solid, and, oh, shoot, and it's an insulator, and it makes the walls of the house. This is no good. So, anyway, we're watching, she's making this little tiny house that she's gonna live in, it's cute, it is cute. It's got a kitchen, it's got a little nook for her bed, and,